his build before he really wants to duel it. And Gragas, of course, going Cinderhulk. That is going to be a problem for H2K.
Can another LCS team pick up a victory, or will?
Is looking to be the ones dominating.
And of course, Lulex is the player that was substituted out during the course of the end of the summer split. Bitong Yoka was brought in. We need to see how much synergy he's been able to build up with H2K. Faker on the receiving end of some burst from Ryu, but it's Ryu that walks away, having taken more damage.
Now Ryu is starting Flask and 3 potions.
We need to see how much synergy he's been able to build up with H2K. Faker on the receiving end of some burst from Ryu, but it's Ryu that walks away.
Just be a nice guy and then smack, smack, smack.
Very true.
Lauren jumps in, lunges forward, and hits one of Odoamne's critical spots.
And this is specifically the result of the early game play by H2K. SKT had great knowledge of where they're being, and Bengi, being the smart jungler that...
Simply just mirror it, get the 1v1. Bengi's already playing aggressive. We talked about the Gragas with the Cinderhulk. So far, SKT is off to a good start.
Yeah, and this is an example of a jungler who is in tune with his team's plan and a jungler who is not.
Compared to what he is already.
Yeah, well... Bengi is one step ahead again.
Ryu may be in trouble. The chains connect onto Faker. There is the Mimic. Ryu's going to be chomped down by Bengi. Takes a turret shot, in fact.
Far with all these early trades, he has managed to force Faker back and use the sustain in his advantage. Top lane, a bit as expected.
He's about to come jump in on Odoamne. Those vitals are exposed. Marin's going to lunge forward. Pop the vital, flash away. One more attack is all that's needed.
Yeah.
Marin goes in and flashes out for first blood.
First time Odoamne gets a chance to push their wave back because he was so close to his tower.
See if they can make something happen. Remember, Headbutt Pulverizer travels a little slower these days. Hyanin, is your spell shield up to it? He does manage to get out. Kasing is going to stand behind me to Hyanin, continuing to retreat. The unbreakable wall is good, but it is not good enough. Here's a teleport from Odoamne, a reply from Marin. They turn their attention to Wolf. The Gnar gets a reply. Stun onto Marin. Reposit was not used. Continues to run away. The Braum is not going to be enough. That's a trade of 1-for-1. Top laner
is a disaster gank for SKT, and it gives H2K the potential to aggress. Wolf died, and Kasing is level 6, so Bang is actually in a bit of trouble. Is one thing. Bang, I think smartly for SKT, swap back around the 10-minute mark. Trist, especially if it's going to be in a 2v1, can get a lot of turret pressure, not to mention Dragon advantage.
Oh, the root connects. Fake is throwing out the soldiers.
There's backup and there's zero vision for H2K, meaning Lulex cannot flash forward and take an aggressive one. Hyanin on the other hand.
He makes really good bait. The grand challenge comes out, but here comes Lulex. The body slam does connect. Marin goes down, and the 3-man dive gets the kill.
That's what we like to see, and this is why the Gragas comes in for him. Go ahead, Faker!
It's not over yet.
Quick in the last 2 minutes right there. SKT did the swap down to get Dragon control, whereas H2K didn't care about the Dragon and instead went for a kill. It could have been a dive that SKT planned on Odoamne. They did not go for it. They instead used their 3 team members to go for the Dragon. And H2K does all too different than the way H2K normally plays.
Oh! Well, that ranged minion saved Hyanin's life from the cocoon. And again, look at Kasing. He's coming up. SKT, they get caught out. Lulex gets caught by the cocoon. Glacial Fish is out. The body slam flash gets Faker. Empress Divide splits him, but Ryu kills Faker. The chains onto Wolf. He's forced to flash away defensively. Neither Marin nor Bang move from their lanes, and H2K get one.
So SKT were just one step ahead at first, but then H2K, they showed they're not afraid to make the plays. They have the mechanics. Instant engage onto Faker, get the kill, and they return the damage now onto the mid tower. Wolf and Bengi trying their best to defend it.
Well, Wolf gets a multi-man knockup, but H2K are
Fiora, it's unlikely that he gets to the point where he can actually beat Fiora, but if he can neutralize the Fiora, that's really all that's necessary. I think
that's going to be so key, the difference in team fight between the big tank Gnar later on and the Fiora trying to assassinate a target. Ryu, again though, taking so much damage and he has to back away from the tower.
Faker keeps chunking him down, and thanks to Faker's work, tower number 2 falls in favor of SKT. They now regain gold lead, 700 in their favor, and Lulex forced out of his own jungle. Dragon's up in 20 seconds. SKT are getting all of the deep jungle vision they need to make this.
Which is applying the appropriate amount of pressure to unlock these free dragons.
Such a key thing right here was simply just the lack of teleport from Odoamne. It meant that H2K could never engage in a fight, because then Fiora joins in and it's a 5 versus 4 for SKT. So suddenly, Well, it's a slower game. There's been action enough. But basically, if you mistime your teleport even once, you might end up losing multiple objectives just from that one summoner spell being down. Otherwise, you just slowly push down the tower. Marin is doing on the top side.
The problem here for H2K, again, they're just not necessarily on the same page. No one yet to defend this top tower. Well, SKTelecom starting to build up all the items they need. Ryu will just face tank a tower. Eventually. And that will at least even up that goal.
I'm saying here, now you end up walking into SKT instead.
Well, there's the shuffle. Faker's got Empress Divide.
Nice
That's a
flash again.
two-man body slam and Faker's down! The Empress Divide not even used. The Gnaw is not going to get channeled just yet. Bengi's going to be the next focus. Yana was able to kill Faker. Now Marin's looking for Ryu and might just find him. Grand challenge is down, but Ryu's going to stay alive and get away. Bang! Left uncontested on the back line. He continues to auto-attack. Wolf with a two-man knockup. Yana, get in the fight, man! No auto-attacks down yet. The boomerang goes out. Not going to fly slow. Wow! Marin just eviscerates
beautiful
it. That's
play.
a double.
What an outplay.
And SKT demolish H2K.
He completely baited SKT, right? H2K, sorry, right there. He jumps in, and when Ryu thinks I can one-shot this guy, he blocks the damage.
You cannot deal damage to him. With that fight, they go straight for Baron. This game is not over yet.
Wow, 3,000 HP on Baron. H2K drips and drabs. There's no teleport for Odoamne. He's far away. SKT managed to get Baron secured. It may be at Wolf's life cost, though. No, Kasing forced to jump backwards. Unbreakable. Here comes Odoamne. He's in Mega Gnaw already.
But this one, H2K, if that dragon fight, if they don't overcommit onto Marin, they could actually still be winning this game.
Well, Kasing's in trouble. On the hunt's been used by Hyanan, and the Glacial Fissure was thrown down. Kasing's life is forfeit. SKT, 4-man strong, will take themselves their 4th tower.
Well, they did overcommit onto Marin at the dragon fight, and now they're paying some pretty harsh consequences. One mistake has led into a chain of ups. H2K does feel out of sorts here. They're trying desperately to stop this, but it's probably inhibitor gone.
SKT showed respect to H2K. They didn't try and overcommit in the early game. They played out the lanes. They knew they had the pushing advantage. Could just wait
might end
for
the
key
game
items,
here.
and they still have the Baron buff.
Well, we just talked about how it's 26 minutes in and the game's not over.
Might still grant SKT an advantage. Marin is such a monster in the split push here.
3 dragons to 0, so you have multiple ways you can now play it out. If you are SKTelecom, there's barely anything wrong you can do other than start splitting up and allowing Ryu to get maybe a one-shot.
There's too many balls for H2K to juggle, and they cannot. Wow! By Ryu, he's down. Bang! Sends him packing. Tries to find Hyanan, not going to be able to. This Satchel, Cask rather, knocks Lulex backwards, and he's going to go down as well. It's done. SKT are destroying H2K's if they even want it. Nexus turret number 1 will be dropping at the 31st minute. Number 2 will follow shortly thereafter, and SKT are on the board 1-0 in the group stages.